Good morning. The market seems to have lost faith, especially after Infosys disappointed on Friday. Corporate earnings and management commentary will even be keenly analyzed for clues on meaningful improvement in business sentiment. Reliance Industries will announce March quarter results tomorrow. TCS, Wipro and HTL Technologies numbers this week will reveal whether Infi battering is an exception. On the political front, Union Agricultural Minister Sharad Pawar has openly said that general elections were round the corner, adding the United Progressive Alliance government had become vulnerable after the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam withdrew support. Meanwhile, the Janata Dal National Council has set conditions for selecting the leaders of National Democratic Alliance for the next general elections, asking BJP to declare their prime ministerial candidate at the earliest. The Commerce and Industry Ministry will announce the whole price inflation data for March today. Wholesale prices may have risen slightly lower than the 6.84% of February. Diesel prices have been hiked thrice since the beginning of the year, the latest being on March 22nd, and this impact would slowly set in. Gold no longer remains a safe haven and has fallen into bear market. It is trading below $1,500 an ounce. Prices fell over 5% on Friday. Rumors about Cyprus possibly selling some gold from its central bank reserves hurt sentiments too. Silver futures dropped as much as 7% to $24 an ounce, the lowest level since November 2010. In the US, retail sales fell 0.4% in March following weakness in electronic and gasoline prices. The University of Michigan's preliminary reading on consumer confidence for April fell to 72.3 from 78.6 last month. The producer price index slid 0.6% in March. US markets ending their winning spree on Friday, closing marginally lower. Asian stocks are in the red. Chinese economic growth expanded less than estimated. GDP rose 7.7% from a year earlier, the National Bureau of Statistics said in the Beijing today. The Nikkei fell 1% after hitting its highest level since July 2008 on Friday. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index and China's Shanghai Composite Index are 0.7% lower, while South Korea's Kospi Index was trading 0.3% lower. Asia's emerging economies should consider reining in monetary stimulus to curb the risks of asset bubbles and inflation, of policy easing in developed national spur capital inflows, the World Bank added. Demand-boosting measures that help sustain growth may now become counterproductive, the World Bank has added. As the global economy recovers, an emerging issue is the risk of overheating in some of the larger economies, it said in a release accompanying in the report. 10 companies, including Bajaj Finance, Kesoram Industries and Alok Industries, have got market regulator SEBI's nod since the beginning of this year for issuance of rights share worth over Rs 2,200 crore to their existing shareholders, says a report. Hero MotoCorp has announced a warranty of 5 years on all of its models. Vadilal Industries is looking at East India for market expansion as it eyes 25% revenue growth in the current fiscal. SAIL has approached the Coal Ministry for allocation of 2 or 3 coal blocks under the government dispensation route for meeting fuel requirements of its captive power plants. Gitanjali Group plans to set up a total of 550 shops in India and abroad by end of this year. Kane India has sought $8.5 selling price for the first natural gas production from its predominantly oil-rich Barmer block in Rajasthan. Bharti Airtel said its customer traveling to the US can have up to 5 hours of free incoming calls and make outgoing calls of Rs 20 per minute through special international roaming packs. Oil India Limited said it has commissioned a 54 megawatts wind turbine power plant in Rajasthan. ICICI Bank will auction this month gold jewellery weighing over 11 kg pledged by more than 150 borrowers who have defaulted on their payments. Nissan has launched a new financing scheme that offers easier repayment options to car buyers, which can result in up to 40% drop in the EMIs in its bid to perk up falling demand due to weak consumer sentiment. Dena Bank expects Rs 12.6 billion capital infusion from the government, said its chairman and managing director Ashwani Kumar. The Reserve Bank is considering easing the fund transfer norms for incorporation of companies by non-residents so as to promote foreign direct investment. India's ambitious target of reaching $500 billion in exports by 2013-2014 fiscal is unlikely to be met due to weak demand in global markets such as US and Europe, ASSOCHAM has said. Trends in the FII flows. The FIIs were net sellers of rupees 285.9 million in the cash segment on Thursday, while the domestic institutional investors were net sellers of rupees 3.11 billion as per the provisional figures released by the NSE. Our recommendations, the technical calls for the day. We recommend buying Hindustan Unilever above rupees 478 for the target price of rupees 497 with stop loss placed at rupees 469. The derivative strategies for the day. Long BPCL April futures below rupees 375 for the target price of 385 with stop loss placed at rupees 370. Thank you. Wish you have a good day ahead.